Hey folks, hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Like one of the gifts I got is on airside and I think it's absolutely wicked. Love it. Going to show it in as many videos as possible, although I probably should put it in my window so everyone knows I'm recording, but it's too good to do that. Well, I had a great Christmas, thanks guys. And to be honest, business has been quiet. Well, eBay business has been quiet. Repair business has been absolutely stacked bonkers. And sometimes I'm actually quite glad I'm not out there. But eBay's been quiet on the approach to Christmas. Really super good when you've got an eBay shop, and this is the first time I've ever done it, then you can actually set it to the holiday period that you sometimes see on people. So I've set that because I'm actually not bothered about shipping too much over Christmas. Just wanted to switch off. It's been a hell of a year. And the same with the messages as well. I'll come back in on the 29th to just send what I've got, and there's you know, half a dozen items that need to go. Only sort of just ticking over, which is quite nice, but you know, yeah, not tons. In fact, the lead up to Christmas is really quiet as well. I need to figure out why, because sales have dropped off the radar a hell of a lot considering to what we were shifting. The dilemma I have is it to do with the merch that I'm selling? Is it pricing? I did post a video about some of the settings that I've got didn't help, and although, you know, sales did lift after that, they never did return to previous kind of, you know, throughout, I don't know, Q2, Q3 of what we were selling. But again, it was different merch. So not entirely sure why the downturn in sales is, but that's life. So that's something I've got to look into. Got an enormous amount of, well, just things to do. I have 4 pallets of clothing from that to... Wow, all this stuff, you name it, I've got it. I've got 2,500 items to shift, all pretty much new with tiny defects, like tiny little holes in and things like that. In fact, where's the hole is there? You know, all these are returns, so I've got so much to work through. Big kid stuff, little kid stuff, girl stuff, boy stuff, coats, well, you name it, I've got it. I've got 2,500 items to process, and that's going to take quite a lot of thinking about. Now, I've already got the photo equipment behind me in a box that arrived before Christmas, because I need a whole new way of doing things. As I mentioned on my last video, whole new way of processing stuff, faster, better pictures, better quality listings, everything bigger, better, faster, and more. So I've got that to shift. We've finally almost listed all the facial care items that we got the 4 pallets of. When was it? October time, was it? Finally got those nearly finished listing, and they're trickling out the door, so that's quite good. And we've got the remnants of the enormous lorry load, and obviously check out the video here if you haven't seen that. I think that landed in April, May time. That took us certainly all summer to get done into autumn, and we've got about 3 or 4 pallets of merch left on that stuff. So what I'm thinking of doing is 99p listing all that stuff just to get a shot of it and get the income, because what I foresee in the future, guys, as I rub my crystal ball, my shiny bald head, is that I see an increase logically in returns happening. So there's 2 factors to this. It's obviously Christmas and people will start returning their stuff as of now. So there's going to be an awful lot of stuff returns coming through, I predict, to the B stock channels that I buy from. But this year I've been buying from B stock, the Amazon return stuff from Europe, and they stopped that in November the 1st because of Brexit and because there was no deal. Now, I don't know, now that we're on the midst of a deal come January the 1st, whether they'll open those channels up. I don't know if that's going to happen. I've got no way of finding out, so that is a suck it and see exercise. But whatever happens, you're going to get lots of returns back to high streets, back to Amazon, back to Europe, back to the UK. So whatever channels those appear on, I think that there will be a time, there'll be like a knock-on effect, so the stuff will get returned throughout January. And then I imagine, trying to think the timescale that the stuff that we were receiving was returned for, I have no idea whether it's going to be immediately listed so that they can shift it out of their warehouses, or whether it's going to be a knock-on effect and listed throughout the year or later on in the year. So I'm going to keep my eyes open. But one thing I do need to do is generate some of this, because all at the moment, pretty much some of the profit has gone to obviously pay my way throughout this year and the COVID factor, so that my businesses are able to just generate enough income to keep those guys paid and the bills paid. But what has been left and I've reinvested is tied up in all that facial care pallets, the 4 pallets there, and the 2,500 items and 4 pallets of clothing that I've got. So what I need to do is shift as much as I can just to generate that. Not too much worrying too much about profit, literally just freeing up cash to snap up those returns when they come on the market. And that's something I need to keep an eye on throughout January onwards, because I envisage a whole raft load of stuff going on. And of course, what happens then is you've got a lot of people like me that buy the stuff, but if there's a lot of the stuff and a lot of buyers, hopefully the prices will remain quite low. Could go the opposite. Could be a lot of buyers. When there's a lot of buyers and not so much merch, the price is going to go high because you're arguing over it. If there's a lot of merch come out, and now I'm sure these companies are a bit clever and they stagger what they list, but the first lot that they list will get snapped up by the guys, and then once they've got their stuff coming in, they've used up their cash on that, moving on, the price should start lowering down. That's where I need to get the items for, is when the demand is slightly lower. So I need to keep an eye out for that. But right now, I need to be thinking ahead and generating as much cash as I can throughout January. So yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of all of my stock. And there's not much from that 32 pallet lorry load. All of that stuff on a 99p over the next couple of weeks, just to see it, just to get some money in the door. This healthcare, facial care stuff, I don't know what to do about that. I'm not sure the tactic on that one. And then start working on processing these clothes and get those listed, because, well, I have no idea how they're going to sell. But again, it's money tied up, which I need to free up. So there you go, guys. This quick update, 29th of December. I mean, it's a great end to the year, to be honest, considering everything that's happened. I've had a really positive year on this journey of the Amazon returns, and I don't see it finishing anytime soon. I've had some great times. I've had great fun processing this. I've learned a hell of a lot, and I'm loving growing my channel. I'm loving the messages that I'm getting from you guys and replying. And even, you know, there's a message the other guy saying, I don't understand why you don't 99p this stuff. And actually, that's what triggered in my head. Yes, you're right. So it's great because you guys are feeding back to me and giving me advice. And I'm putting out these videos of my experiences, my ups and my downs, to help you learn so that you don't make those mistakes. So it's just been wonderful, and long may it continue. I'm certainly not going away anytime soon. That and my electronics repairs businesses are just going from strength to strength. So incredibly busy, and I'm so super passionate about that as well. Oh, there goes the crystal ball. I'm Neil. Thanks for watching. Please make sure that you like and subscribe, and also hit the bell. Please drop me a comment. I love hearing from you guys, and sometimes I'm a bit slow to reply, but I try to reply to everyone. And if you've got advice for me, please sling it my way, because I am literally learning by error, which is, well, I don't mind making mistakes, as long as I learn from them. I'm Neil. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon.